What's up, guys? All right, in this video, we're going to go over how to set up Stellar for Pokemon Center. So I'm going to go into task creation first because that's honestly the easy part. So once you download and install Stellar, it's going to look like this, right? And you're going to want to go to task. Again, I'm going to show you this first because this is the easy part, and then we'll get more into profile creation and all of that. But by seeing this first, I think everything else will make more sense. So these are your tasks. You can see I already have task group set up, but we're going to create a brand new one. So there's over on the left are all the websites that Stellar works with. So we're going to go to Pokemon Center, and I'm going to create a new one. So plus sign up here, top left, create that. I'm going to name it, let's see, Pokemon Center, and we're going to name it the test group. Okay, now we have it here. So I'm going to hit create task. I'm going to name it test. Mode, you got guest and guest fast. Stellar support says that it does not matter which one you choose. So I've been using guest fast and it seems to work. Profile, you're going to want to go through here and you're going to choose, like, I know you're seeing all mine, but whatever profile group that you set up, which we'll go over that in the future, that's what you're going to choose here. For me, I'm going to choose my Pokemon Center profiles. I have 100 different profiles right now. Checkout proxy. You want to use Resis for Pokemon Center. So whether it be Wealth, Stella, whatever we have multiple different residential proxy providers in our Cook Group Lunch Money in the botting category. So if you need to figure out which Resis to use, you can look there. For region, obviously we're US. All right, very important. Enter product URL or product ID number. You're going to enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a fake product number. That's not a real product number. And yes, that's what you want to enter in the beginning. And I'll explain why here in a second. For delay, Stellar recommends 5,000 to 10,000. I go with 10,000 because this is a queue drop. The higher delays that you run, the less errors you're going to run into, the less, site bans you're going to run into. And because it's a queue drop, speed doesn't really matter. So, the higher delay, the safer you are. For quantity, we're going to go with 1 because the majority of items on Pokemon Center only allow a quantity of 1. Now, if we find out mid-drop that for some reason there are, like, sometimes the 10s that they drop, they allow you to check out multiples of those, we'll notify you in the group, and you can actually edit your task mid-drop. You could change it to 3. Like, you could edit all your tasks and change it to 3 or however many that it is that you're allowed to get or however many you want. Ignore coupon, ignore catch-all, ignore endless mode unless you have a catch-all, but we're not going to get into that in this video. Endless limit, ignore that. Ignore solve 3DS, ignore start time. Excuse me. Capture provider. So you can choose cap solver or bot. Pokemon Center now has these H captchas, and to my understanding, no capture provider works on them anyway. So you might as well use bot. You can use Cap Solver. Cap Solver is a CAPTCHA solving service. So, you can Google the website. I'm not sure the link. It might be capsolver.com, but just go to Google, type Cap Solver, and you can put like $10 in there, and it charges you a little bit for every CAPTCHA that it solves, right? So put $10 in there, it'll last you a long time, and you enter your CAPTCHA key in settings for Stellar. But again, for right now, it's kind of irrelevant because it doesn't work for the captchas that Pokemon Center has. So you can pretty much just run bot. It's up to you. You can run Cap Solver in case Pokemon Center switches the captchas, but I don't really think it's necessary. For quantity, you only want to do 1, and this is why. So I have 100 profiles, right? So it's going to create 1 task per profile. So if I wanted to duplicate my task, which is not a terrible idea, you could do 2 and it'll create 200 profiles. But for this example, we're just going to do 1. So I'm going to hit create, and boom, you can see it just created 100 tasks. All right, let's pretend it's drop time. Pokemon Center queue just went live, right? Or it didn't go live, but they pinged the backend change. Should you start task? No, not yet. You want to wait until the queue actually goes live to start task. And also, Stellar has their Pokemon Center module disabled until the actual drop time. You'll see it'll be red over here. It'll all say disabled. Matter of fact, if I try to start my task right now, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. Yep, module disabled. So if you see this, don't freak out if it's drop time. Now, if it's this has happened to me before. It's like a bug or something, but sometimes if it says this, module disabled, and like the drop's happening, and you have to and like module disabled is not going away, you have to actually close the bot and restart it. Kind of annoying, but I did run into that. I know other people have ran into that. So if it happens to you, now you know what to do in that situation. All right, so we're gonna play pretend here. All right, it's drop time. Pokemon Center. This is our quick group lunch money, by the way. Link will be in the description if you're not yet a member. You pretty much need a quick group if you're going to be botting, because we provide all the information you need to bot. But we're going to be watching our Pokemon Center module right here, which is it's somewhere. Swear, there it is. All right, so let's pretend that it is July 17th and the Pokemon Center queue just went live, right? Boom, queue's up. All right, now you start your task. When it says queue is up, start your task. All right, when it says, when it detects a backend change, just like pinging that, that it detected a website change or whatever, like Pokemon security, that doesn't mean that queue's up. That means that we're getting ready for the queue to go up. Security is up. That's not ready yet. Don't start your task yet. But whenever it says that queue is up or you see products dropping, then you're ready to go. Now you start your task, okay? So, but whenever it starts the task, we don't know what products are dropping yet. That's why you're running the dummies queue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way your tasks already enter the queue. And so once you enter the queue, cool, your task started. And by the way, when that happens, you're going to have to manually solve captchas. There's going to be a little box pop up. You're going to be solving captchas as fast as you can. All right. I'll show you that here in a second. So whenever our monitors pick up what product's dropping, boom, it just dropped the product. The Surging Spark Sleeve Boosters, some people may not want that one, but let's pretend you do. So you're going to copy the SKU. You're going to go over here and you're going to edit. Boom, edit everything, right? Click on it, select all of your tasks, and click. And I'm going to do it one more time. Let me walk through. So I'm going to make sure you guys understand. You click right there. It selects all your tasks. Right click. Edit, and you're going to go to enter product URLs or PIDs. I know everything's blank here, but trust me, it's not actually blank. So you're going to paste the product URL or PID, which this is the Surging Sparks one. We just showed that. All right. And then you're going to hit edit task, and you can see it changed all of them. And we'll even click on edit on one of our tasks. See how it's there. All right. Now, the Surging Sparks boosters are a perfect example. If I could find where the hell, oh God, hold on. Where did I put my browser at that just had all that? Did I close it like an idiot? No, there it is. All right, so it doesn't say right here, but I know because I was there for the drop. You're actually able to get a quantity of 6 of these. So you can you could have done this all at once, but you could just select all your tasks, right click, edit, and change the quantity to 6. Edit task, boom. All right, let's click edit on one, make sure that it works. So you can see quantity 6, and the URL or product is still there. Okay, so let's pretend that Pokemon Center dropped multiple items at once, and you want to run for all of them. What the hell do? Do you have to create 500 tasks and put a different SKU in each? Nope. Teller has made that way easier. They thought about this. All right, so let's scroll up, and we're going to pretend that you want to get this 10 as well. Or, I don't know, let's find some good shit that dropped. I don't want to talk about bricks anymore. Not bricks, but, Okay, the Mega Evolution Pokemon Center ETB. So, for this, because of the nature of the way that it all works, you actually would only want let's pretend that it's all only one, because if you run 6 quantity and you're trying to get ETBs, you're not going to be able to. So kind of sucks, but so let's just get one of everything. We're going to put the ETB in there. We're going to hit comma. I think some other shit dropped that day. So we got that's the Lucario ETB. Here's the Gardevoir ETB. So we're going to copy that SKU. We got a comma there, no spaces. We're going to paste that one. I think 4 things dropped this day, so this will be good. We're gonna hit comma. And then what else? There was the booster display box. We'll copy that SKU. And kind of weird on my server here. Boom. And then there was one more thing. The booster bundle. So we'll copy that SKU. Awesome. And then we're gonna paste it. So now we're running 4 SKUs, 1 quantity of each. We're gonna hit edit on all of our tasks. And let's double check to make sure it works. And yeah, so now we got all 4 SKUs running in there. Remember, commas separating each with no spaces, 1 quantity. And dude, we're cooking with oil, baby. We're cooking with oil. All right. All right. You following along, hit that like button if this shit makes sense so far. We're 10 minutes in, trying to go as fast as possible, but I want you guys to understand everything. All right. So that's basically it, guys. Now we're going to talk about some other shit that you need to know, besides just how to set up your task and how the bot works. But yeah, I just felt like it would be best to explain all this first before we get into the other more boring yet stuff that you need to know. All right, so CAPTCHAs, we're gonna go over here. Each one of these, and I'll just go ahead and delete them. You go over here to CAPTCHAs, and you're gonna hit add CAPTCHA. So I'm gonna say cap 1, right? No need for a proxy on these. Boom. So now this is going to pop up a CAPTCHA box for me to solve CAPTCHAs whenever my task, whenever you go to Pokemon Center manually and the boxes are popping up and you got to solve the CAPTCHAs, right? So this is going to pop up like nonstop. Like I'm running 100 tasks, specifically talking about my setup. It's going to keep popping up over and over and over until I solve all 100. And if you notice manually, sometimes you even pops up CAPTCHAs multiple times. They call that requeuing. So you have to solve them even more than once for each one. So what I like to do is set up multiple of these. So we're going to have cap 2 and then cap 3. Now there's going to be 3 different boxes pop up, so I can click and solve CAPTCHAs as fast as I can. There's going to be 3 different CAPTCHA boxes that are working for all of my tasks. And by having multiples on your screen at one time, you're able to solve them and get through them all a lot faster. It sucks that this isn't automated, but it just is what it is, and this is the best way to buy or to buy product from Pokemon Center. You're not going to find a better way than this. So just accept it and deal with it. All right. Proxies. Yep, we've already talked about that. Resis. So we're going to look in lunch money. We'll go down to our bot section, the bot spot. We got wealth resis, stellar resis, and hype resis. All 3 work very well. We have discount codes for each. So yep, I recommend getting a mix of each. There's a lot of people say, what's the best proxy provider? The answer is there is no best proxy provider. Certain drops, one will work better than the other. Certain drops, some might not work at all. And there's no way to know ahead of time if that's going to happen until drop day. So it's best to run a mix of each. So yeah, you can see I have all my different proxies entered in here. And in your task, whenever you're creating your task, this is where you enter your proxies in right here. All right. So what else do we need to cover? That pretty much is everything, and except for the most important thing at all, which is your profiles. Profiles, guys. What a pain in the ass this is. But let's get into it. All right. So let's go to let's see. Let's see if there's a way that I can do this without doxing myself. Okay. Yep, I think we're good. So where did my server go? All right. So profiles. I'm doing a test here. So we're going to add a profile. All right. So profile name, test. All right. Email, test@gmail.com. I'm going to go through each thing. All right. So for your emails, you have to use a different email for every single profile. Every single thing in here, you have to have different information for each. You can't have any duplicated information, or you're going to get payment declines. You're going to try to check out, and it's going to say payment decline. It's not declining because you have no money. It's declining because they detected that you're trying to check out more item quantities than what you're allowed to do. So the whole purpose of this is to trick the system so that you are able to purchase on multiple accounts and still get it shipped to the same address. So you want to use a different email for every single profile, a different phone number, blah 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 blah. Different phone number. You can just use random phone numbers. Doesn't matter. You can make something up. Different names. Just a different random name. You know, if you can't think of a random name, then go to Chat GPT and tell it, hey, generate 100 random first and last names. Boom. And it should spit out. There you go. There's your 100 different random ass names. All right. So we're going to just go with Ava McAllister. That was the first one. Address. All right. This is the fun part. So let's pretend that your address is, I don't know, 501 Oak Street. And it is, obviously the United States. And let's say, I don't know, Arkansas. No, let's go with California because we live in Beverly Hills, California, 90210. All right. So 501 Oak Street. That's your real address. Let's pretend. Okay. So now you're going to have to spell this multiple different ways. So you can actually go to it's PE to, I don't know. I just Googled USPS suffixes. That's how I got to this page. But so street, let's scroll down and see all the different ways that you can officially spell the word street. So you can do street, STRT, ST, STR. So there's 4 different ways. So I would set up 4 different profiles and spell street in 4 different ways here. And that's going to give you a total of 4 addresses, right? Now, for line 2, you can use a lot of different stuff. Like you could do room 1, right? Room 2, room 3, room 4, room 5. If you live in a house and not an apartment building, you can do apartment 1, apartment 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. I wouldn't use apartment if you live in an actual apartment because then your product might get shipped to someone else. You can also do floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, et cetera, et cetera. You could do front 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, et cetera, et cetera. Every profile has to be different. So spell street incorrectly, or correctly, but as many different official ways as possible. And then for line 2, add random jigs to that. So like room 1, room 2, 1, whatever. Hopefully that makes sense. You can do room, floor, front, back, rear. There's a bunch of different ones, guys. I don't have a list of them in front of me right now, but Google it. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. Billing information. You can use the same random name as your shipping information in the billing information. Does not matter. The only thing that actually has to match is your zip code. All right. So we'll do Ava McAllister for this one. I'm going to pretend that my card number is it expires October of 2030. Okay. Card type, it's a Visa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, whatever. None of this matters. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter. All right. So I would just do billing address, same as shipping address. Okay. So let's talk about cards. Very important. You have to use a different card for every single profile that you use. Now, hard plastic cards work the best. 100% confirmed. Hard plastic cards work the best. So every debit card and credit card that you have, every debit card and credit card that anyone in your household will let you use those. Use those first. The next option that you have is going to be virtual credit cards. So there are mixed reviews on virtual credit cards. Okay. So you got I'm pulling it up here on my other screen here. Let me delete my username and password so I don't dox myself. You got Capital One Eno, guys. Capital One Eno. Now, there's a lot of mixed feelings on Capital One Eno. I would say more people claim that Capital One Eno virtual credit cards do not work than people who claim that they do. It's really hard to put put your finger on it whether they work or not, because when you get payment declines from Pokemon Center, it doesn't tell you the reason why it's declined. It's like, did it get declined because they detected the address? Did they detect yada 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 yada? Why did it get declined? Nobody really knows, right? They don't tell you. Like Target will give you a reason. Pokemon Center does not. But I've talked to a lot of people, and the majority of people that I talk to that use Capital One virtual credit cards, they get payment declines. I've talked to a few people to say that they work for them, but more people say that they don't than what they do. So, do with that information as you wish. I can't really confirm one way or another, but I can tell you that I used Capital One last drop. I got 15 payment declines for every virtual credit card I used. That's my personal experience. Am I saying that they don't work? Nope. I'm saying that I'm not sure. Now, I talked to a lot more people who use Amex, the American Express Gold Card, to create virtual credit cards, which is it's somewhere in here on this page. Okay, you go here and yeah, it's somewhere on here. Credit cards. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, right there, the gold card. So kind of crazy. $325 a month is what you got to pay for this, but they have like cash back, and I'm not trying to sell it to you. I don't care if you get it or not. I'm just trying to tell you what works and what doesn't. And the general consensus is that American Express Gold Card is the best card for botting. The virtual credit cards that come with it, for some reason, work better than all the rest of them. So do with that information what you will. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. That's pretty much everything you need to know. We've gone over task setup, we've gone over profile setup. Literally everything needs to be completely different than anything previous. We went over how to set up your captchas so that you can have multiple solvers going at once. So I think I covered it all, guys. If you need a cook group, if you're not already a Lunch Money member and you need a group that will help you at drop time, help you with any questions you have related to botting, help you, when you need monitors so when Pokemon Center goes live and what products are dropping. There'll be a link in the description below to join our group. You'll also be able to access our bot category so you can see what proxies we recommend. You can get on our bot chat and ask questions if you need help, et cetera, et cetera. We're here for you. Other than that, thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.